Hey guys, welcome back to another video. If you've not dialed into the channel before, my name's Sam, and in this video we're going to be going over 5 things that I hate about my Audi S5. So let's get straight into the video. So yes guys, as I said in the intro, in this video we're going to be going over 5 things that I hate about my Audi S5. Now, I've had the S5 for about 8 months or so now, so I've had enough time to kind of figure out things that I like, things that I don't like. So yeah, now's probably the right time to make this video for the channel, because I've had enough time to actually figure out what I don't like. And as the title of the video, 5 things I hate. Hate's a very strong word. I'd say these are more things that I dislike, or in a lot of the cases it's stuff that I can actually change and do something about, and some of them I've already actually done stuff about. So yeah, we're just going to get straight into the video, and we'll start off with number 1, which is the sunroof. So in the Audi S5s, the sunroof is a really good option. So it's got the panoramic glass sunroof, which is an upgrade, an optional extra on these, and it's really nice to have. When I was looking to get one of these cars, I wasn't specifically looking for one with a glass sunroof, but this one had it. It was a nice extra, and I'm so glad that I did get one with the sunroof, because it does actually make a difference. It makes the cabin feel a lot more lighter, especially in the daytime, and then if you don't want it, you can just slide it over. But one thing that I hate about the sunroof is that it doesn't retract. Now, it tilts up and down, which is good because you can tilt it open and it lets you hear the exhaust and stuff more, but it doesn't actually retract backwards, which I thought it did, which is really annoying, because when you just kind of want to get that convertible type feeling, you want to be able to just take that off, you can't do it. It doesn't retract, which is really annoying. You see in like other cars like Audi S3s and stuff like that, I think that I've got the sunroofs, they retract back, but on the S5s, for whatever reason, they don't, and it's really frustrating. So that's number 1, is going to be the sunroof, which doesn't retract. We're just going to take a quick break in the video, guys, for me to just ask you to go and smash that subscribe button. It takes 2 seconds. Now let's get back onto the second thing that I hate about my Audi S5. Number 2 then. So number 2 again is on the interior. This thing really bugs me. So the infotainment system on these isn't bad at all. So it's got the Bluetooth, it's got DAB, it's got the sat nav, so that's all really good. The one thing that it doesn't have is USB ports. I can't believe that on a 2015 plate car it doesn't have USB ports. There's none. Like in the center console, there's none. In the glove box, there's none. On the center console bit of the dash, there's none. There's just no USB ports. I had a 2006 Fiat Punto a few cars back before having this, and that had 2 USB ports in the glove box. And this is a 2015 plate Audi, and there is no USB ports on the inside, which absolutely blows my mind. I don't know how Audi could get away with not fitting USB ports to a 2015 plate car, but they didn't. So yeah, that's another really annoying thing. You've got to use these little charging adapter things whenever you want to charge your phone. Yeah, that's probably one of my biggest bugbears about this car, is the fact that there's no USB ports. And the other thing to do with the infotainment system, it kind of links in, is again, it's 2015 plate car, but there's no Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. I'm pretty sure this age of car that started to come in more common. But yeah, it doesn't have it on this Audi, which again, I can retrofit, so it's not the end of the world, but it would have just been nice to have from standard, to be able to use your Google Maps and stuff on the screen. But you can't do that, so we're stuck with the standard Audi infotainment system for now. But that's going to be number 2, is the USB/infotainment system on the car. So moving on to number 3 then. For this one, we're going to have to start the car up. So we'll put the foot on the brake, and we'll start the car. So this one's really annoying, and I'm pretty sure most of you guys will have experienced this as well on your cars, especially on the more modern cars. You have a nice exhaust system fitted to your car, it sounds great when you're driving it, you go to a car show or whatever, car meet, you want to show off your exhaust, and you get this. soft limiter. So there's a soft limiter on this car, and it's around about 3.5 to 4,000 RPM. It doesn't let you rev it all the way up, and it's the biggest annoyance ever. Especially, like I said, you're getting your exhaust on, it sounds amazing, you want to show off to your friends, you want to take it to car meets, and you can't rev it past 3,500 RPM. What's that all about? I get it, it's to protect the engine when you're stationary and stuff like that, but come on, it's like, as long as the car's warm, which it is because we've just been driving, is it going to do that much damage? Probably not. So yeah, that's number 3, is the soft limiter. And again, it's another thing you can do something about. You can get the soft limiter taken off with a decent tune. They can, with the software, they can take it off. But yeah, it's just annoying how cars are going that way now. Every single brand new car pretty much has got a soft limiter on it. So for number 4 then, we're actually going to jump outside of the car for this one. So I'll see you outside the car in 2 seconds. So then guys, number 4 is going to be on the outside of the car, and it's the OEM ride height. So you guys will have seen from previous videos, and if you haven't, I'll leave a link in the top right corner now, so you can go, whichever one right is, so you can go and watch that video. But essentially, from standard, these cars just come way too high. I mean, it looks like a monster truck. It looks like it's on steroids. It sits way too high. You could physically get your chute in the arch gap, which just looks ridiculous, and it doesn't actually bode that well for the handling of the car either. So that was one of the first big modifications that we did on the S5, was to fit coilovers on there to bring that ride height down, and not only for aesthetics but just for overall kind of driving experience as well. Having it low obviously lowers the centre of gravity, all that sort of stuff. Makes it a bit more firm in the corners, which is really nice when you actually want to give it some beans around some back roads. But yeah, from standard they just come way too high. Like I said, you could physically kind of get a fist in the arch gap, and like I'll put some pictures on the screen now. I've not got any videos, but I can put some pictures on of the original kind of fitment, and you'll be able to see how high it is. It just looks ridiculous. So that was one of the big modifications that we did first, was fitting coilovers to the S5 to bring that ride height down. And in my opinion, I think we've got it looking pretty nice now. It sits really nice, especially now we've got the space on the wheels as well. It finishes the look off in terms of the height and the fitment. Much better than standard, and that was one of my big bugbears with the S5 when I first got it, was just how high it sat. But now we've got it looking good, so that's going to be number 4, is the OEM ride height. Finally then, on to number 5. So the number 5 thing that I hate about my S5 is the brakes. So front brakes on these, they're big. The big discs, so 345mm discs on the front, which are quite big, and I think 330s on the back, so they're not small in terms of like actual kind of size, but the front calipers are just shocking. They're not great at all. So on the RS5s of this age, this era, they came with 8-pot Brembos on the front, which when you compare it to what's on the S5, the S5s have got single piston calipers on the front, just single piston floating calipers. What's that all about? I get that the RS5 has got to be better than the S5, because at the end of the day they don't want to outdo the RS5 with the S5, but really, like, single piston calipers on the front. So the B9 S5s, they come, I'm pretty sure, with either 4 or 6 piston calipers on the front now. Why on the B8.5s do they come with single piston calipers on the front? Like, the brakes aren't terrible, like they stop okay, but I don't have the confidence in them to constantly be pressuring them on back roads and stuff. They're not that good. But it's just the whole like single piston thing. It's just absolutely bizarre how they didn't put bigger brakes on these. Even if it was just like 2 pots or 4 pots or something like that. It doesn't have to be 8 pots, but yeah, single piston calipers on the front. So I can guarantee, guys, that is one of the things that we are going to be changing on the S5 in future videos, is the brake setup, because I intend to go big power with this thing. I've kind of said in previous videos, I'm aiming for the high 400s, like 480, 490, like that's where I want to get. Even if I can get into the 500 club, that would be amazing. And these cars are capable of doing it with the right modifications and the right tune, but I would not be going to that type of power without upgrading the brakes, because you've got to be able to stop when you're going faster. So yeah, Brakes are going to be an upgrade, definitely getting away from those single piston front brakes because they are terrible. But yeah, that's going to be number 5, guys, is the brake setup on the S5, which, as I've just said, is going to be one of the things that we're going to be looking at changing very, very soon. So guys, we've jumped back inside the car now because it is the end of November, beginning of December, whatever day it is, and it's absolutely freezing outside. It's 1.5 degrees. I was an idiot and I didn't bring any gloves or anything like that, so my hands are absolutely freezing. So we jumped back inside the car to finish off this video, so I don't get hypothermia from being outside trying to film this video for you guys. So that's going to be it for this one. So it was just a short kind of 5 things I hate standard car channel video that people do on the cars. I'll probably do a 5 things I love video at some point as well, but I thought now's the right time to do this video because I've had the car for a little bit of time now and I've been able to kind of come up with a list of things that I don't like about the car, basically. And it was really hard to do, actually. There's not that many things that I don't like about the Audi S5. Most of it is really, really good, and it was really difficult to find 5 things that really did my head in. Let me know what you think in the comments. Are any of the things that I mentioned in this video things that you dislike about your car? If you've got an Audi S5 or an A5, RS5, whatever, or whatever car you've got, let me know in the comments what things you don't like about your car, and if it's stuff that you can change, or like the sunroof, it's just something you've got to live with. Most of the things on my list are things that I can or will be changing, so it's not that bad of an issue. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments, guys. Please remember to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button as well, and hit the bell icon so you get notifications on all the latest videos. I'd really, really appreciate it. It takes 2 seconds to hit the subscribe button, and we're slowly growing the channel, and it makes all the difference to me if you guys just hit that subscribe button for me. So please go and do that, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.